Welcome back to The Person Everyone Needs. I'm your host, Webb Hoggard. I'm coming to you today still on a high from our missions trip to the island of Lesvos, which is right off the coast of Turkey. We went there to minister to refugees who are mostly Muslims or people that are rushing out of Muslim nations, and we were praying for God to have revival and to help these people, and so we just went to serve and love on them, and I've had a real awakening on the value of people. I've been preaching in my church from the book of Ephesians, and so it just seems like right now, like I have this loud crescendo of the value of people, the importance of people, that at the core of everything that we do as people. So that's what I just have in my head is like, if you're going to make an impact in this world, it doesn't matter how efficient you can be at the technical things. At some point, you have got to be able to put your thumbprint on another human being, because that's where the real influence, the real eternal impact takes place. And so I just have been like constantly reminding myself that the real impact is seeing the value in other people, no matter how flawed or broken they are, seeing the value in other people. So I was reminded of a story of one of the ladies while we were there. She's in retirement age. She's been there for a few years. She's been serving. She was at the age where she didn't know what else to do with her life, and so she found a place to go and serve these refugees, and she's been there for years and has been planning, deciding whether or not she's going to stay. And I was really enjoying our conversation. She's from Ireland, so she had that beautiful Irish accent, and everything she said was just wonderful. And she was a believer and had a lot of wise things to tell us. And so Diane was just an absolute joy while we were together. And I remember she was telling her story of how she had taken vacation in Switzerland. She was skiing down some of those gorgeous mountains we see online and stuff like that, and she was just overwhelmed with the magnificence of God's creative hand. She was looking at these mountains and in absolute awe of God's glory, God's power, God's majesty, the beauty of what is made by His hand. And she said she was just skiing down the hill, going back and forth, and just tears rolling down her face, praising God and thanking Him for this incredible place. Like, what a beautiful scene that God had given to this earth and allowed her to enjoy. So as she's going down, she's thinking about those things. And as she kind of gets to the bottom and she's in like this absolute crescendo of worship to God, she says to God, what a great God you are, how beautiful you are. And she felt like the Holy Spirit spoke back to her, I appreciate that, but that's what I think when I see you. When I see you, that's what I think. Our God is the one who created the ever-expanding universe. As far as we know, things are continuously being created around the universe and being pressed further into the eternal understandings of what's happened in this world. He designed the molecules that make up our bodies. He's designed every canyon and every mountain and every form or shape of water. Our God, who is the most magnificent creator there ever has been, when He looks at His highest I want to say magnum opus, but I don't really know what that means. His muse, the thing that really that it has His attention at all points. It's us. It's human beings. It's that boss that you love. It's that coworker that you struggle with. It's the people around. Now, yes, the story is the church is who He cares about the most, and yes, I agree and I understand that, and we can go down that road, but the truth is, every story that lies in front of you is an opportunity for someone to be the magnificent picture of what God created in the beginning and what Jesus redeemed when He came to die on the cross and resurrect again. He has given us the opportunity to be His demonstration in this world. And so when He looks down at this world and He looks for the most beautiful parts, He sees you. He He looks at you. He's crazy about you. He loves you. You hold immense value in yourself, not with what you've earned, not with the degrees, not with the car that you drive, not with the size home that you're in, not with the place that you're going to go or where you take your kids on vacation. All of those things are things that we think matter, but they really don't even matter in eternity. They certainly don't even matter for that long, even in the pictures that we've taken. I'm not trying to tell you don't enjoy those things. Absolutely enjoy those things, but those things are not the most important things of your life. The most important thing is to receive and understand, to have your eyes opened to who God thinks you really are. If you can be in awe of the nature in this world, then also take the time to realize that in you, God is in awe. He loves you. He sees everything that you offer back to him as precious. He cares about you. Peter tells us to cast all of our cares on him, for he cares for us. Throw everything that is a problem to you, everything that's harming you and robbing you of peace, take it and cast it upon the Lord. He is there to receive. He's there to fix it. He's there to love on you, and he can change you today because you are the apple of his eye. You are the one that he looks down and says, mighty man of valor, or he calls you as his woman to be his prophetess, the one who speaks prophecy and speaks power, speaks truth to power in this day, to be courageous and strong and be the one who realizes every single day that everywhere you go, you take the presence of God with you, that you are the temple of the Most High God, but not individually. You are being fitly put into the house of God. The temple of God is where you are, and that's who you are. So this, again, what I'm saying is highly influenced by my Ephesians study, but it seems like everywhere I look, I'm reminded that when you are willing to be a small part of a grand whole or complete piece, you will always be in better shape than if you only want to be alone. I illustrated this Sunday by saying that my sons are into Legos, and those individual bricks, when they are separated and perhaps on the floor and my foot find them, they are very frustrating. They are not magnificent. They are not beautiful. They may be perfect. I mean, they could absolutely be the perfect brick. But what makes them magnificent is when they're put together, fitly placed in order according to the designer and the fullness of what those Legos are supposed to be. And that's what it says in Ephesians chapter 2, is that we are all building up the temple, the place that God's presence will be held and kept. We are all being built up into that, and it is Jesus Christ that every single stone must be measured by, and it's the standard bearer. It's the first one put in place in the whole church. Jesus Christ is the cornerstone. And in the Bible, where it says over and over again that he's the cornerstone that the builders rejected, what that probably means is that those that wanted to create a religion or even a political group that would withstand years and remain strong and be influential, they had no interest in building what God wanted to build. God did not want to build a nation that would be remembered forever. He didn't want to even build a family that would be remembered forever. He didn't even want the temple to be remembered forever. He wanted a people that would house the presence of God and allow the mind and will of God to shape us and then fitly put us together with one another inside the church, completely unified and at peace. And when we're in that place, he looks down and he says, "My, that's the most stunning thing. How beautiful is the redeemed people that I have made and brought to myself. I love them." And the way that we can be awed by the beautiful things in this world, he looks down at us and he is teary-eyed at the beautiful redemptive story of everything that he has created with us. Those of us who have fallen far enough to realize how much we needed him, those are the people that he loves. And people who recognize their value are the people who can recognize the value of others. And when you recognize the value of others, you realize what you can do to help others, to bless others, to build others up, to encourage others, to love on others. That is really, really, really about the one. Do you have a one in your life, someone that you're investing in, someone that you're loving on, someone that you're trying to encourage and build up? Is there a one that you can go after? Is there a young person that needs just a safe place to be heard and not corrected constantly? If you know where that place is, I encourage you, go and make the difference in one person's life. When people can see that they are valued in someone's eyes, that's the kind of person that they want to have input in theirs. And the people who have that place for others, well, that's a person that everyone needs.